Here's why we would like to produce True West in Cincinnati, Ohio. Why produce True West now? True West gives light into personal and family struggles which everyone can relate to, no matter who sees the play. In our busy day-to-day lives, it is important to step back from reality and really evaluate our lives, which is why producing this play into today's society is important to do so.
People that are in their late 20s and beyond would take the most interest in attending a performance of True West. This is because many of these specific people, especially with their own brothers and or sisters, would be able to appreciate the struggles of life that Lee and Austin go through, leading to them enjoying the play more than those who might be younger than this. That said, some younger people would still probably be interested in seeing this play because of the possible relatability to their own current situations. People of just about any educational background would enjoy this play if they are able to understand the context. More educated people might find it less interesting because of the seemingly stupid things the brothers do and say. People with siblings would appreciate this play more than individuals who do not have any siblings because of the emotional connections that could be formed by those who have their own brothers and sisters. This play best lends itself to be produced on an arena stage. This is because the entirety of the play takes place in two rooms, the kitchen and the living room. Producing the play on a stage like this would allow the audience to see every part of the play and experience the play as if they were just a third-party viewer watching the scenes unfold. This would create a more realistic atmosphere for the audience that would lead to them feeling less like they were in a theater. There is one downside to the setup though, and that would be the fact that depending on where an individual sits in the audience, he or she might not be able to see and truly experience the emotions that the brothers would show throughout the course of the play due to the locations of their seats. The proscenium stage would be another viable option that would limit the amount of missed emotion but would also take away part of the perspective gained from an arena stage. In all, the arena stage would provide the best setup for the audience so as to create a realistic atmosphere reminiscent of an actual living room and kitchen. Over the course of the play, the brothers, Austin and Lee, come to the realization that neither of them are satisfied with how they are living their lives. Austin is depicted in the beginning of the play as a clean, well-dressed screenwriter who seemingly has everything going in the right direction for himself. Lee, on the other hand, is a drunkard who plans on stealing his mother's neighbors' things from their houses while his mother is out of town. As the plot progresses, the brothers seemingly switch roles per se, for Lee attempts to have his own screenplay written and produced while Austin manages to steal over half a dozen toasters from the neighbors' houses. The significance of this transformation of each brother shows how sometimes the things in life that are truly worth living for are not exactly what you expected them to be. Life will continually throw curveballs at each and every one of us, and it is the ways that we deal with these curveballs that determine our lives. In the case of Austin and Lee, the audience would feel inspired by their realization of this fact and would hopefully be able to think about their own lives in a more enlightened manner after seeing this play.
Why would an audience find it compelling to watch True West? Because they will be intrigued by this play because it shows characters stripping down what they know about themselves and finding their true identity and happiness. We think many people will find this inspiring, for most of us are scared to evaluate ourselves and our lives and change in such a significant way.
What meaning does the play give to life? One of Shepard's major ideas in True West is that what most Americans have taught to want and value is all wrong. Indeed, money makes the world go round, but Shepard contends that one does not have to go around with it. In True West, he offers a contrary vision to the traditional American dream that infuses so much of our life and literature. Austin realizes that his entire identity, which since his youth has focused solely on achieving this dream, is completely wrong. What is right instead is to paint outside the lines and form an identity on one's own terms. For Austin, that means giving up everything he has worked for and retreating to the desert.
True West does an excellent job conveying different personalities in the play. On one hand, there is the well-polished Austin who embodies the American in pursuit of the quote-unquote dream. His polar opposite, who happens to be his brother, Lee, is an angry drunk who receives self-gratification from petty crimes. Because the two characters represent the type of people so often seen in our daily lives or in the news, audiences would not only identify with them, but would absolutely empathize with the brothers. The author, Sam Shepard, once said he wrote the play to, quote, give a taste of what it feels like to be two-sided. It's a real thing, double nature. I think we're split in a much more devastating way than psychology can ever reveal. And this is a reflection of the character's desires to show the audience how easy it is to lose essentially everything.
The central conflict of the play is between brothers Austin and Lee when they are both envious of each other's lifestyle. The dramatic tension is heightened due to the fact that this argument is happening between two brothers and they each have what the other one wants. The genre for True West is naturalistic comedy. The play depicts the lives of ordinary people in everyday life situations. It also makes fun of the absurdity of certain situations. By making the play realistic with some comedic scenes, the audience can get emotionally involved in the characters and laugh when the characters laugh. Realism versus theatricality. True West is a realistic play. The story is about two brothers that go to California to take care of their mother's house while she is away on vacation. Nothing out of the ordinary happens, and while events get dramatic, nothing out of the ordinary occurs in the play. With this being a realistic play, the play will appeal to audiences that want to see something realistic and not theatrical.
Given that we would be producing True West in a diverse city, we think advertising could be used to our advantage. While we do not know how plausible advertisements on television will be, we believe that marketing our production in the newspapers, magazines, or other outlets would attract an audience. In an online Huffington Post article by Deborah Sweeney, she writes about the effectiveness of advertising on a small budget via social media. We believe that social media would reach the most diverse group of people since Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram are arguably the most used innovations of present society. However, we will need more than just pictures with a description of what, when, and where. Powerful images of the two brothers arguing and words like American Dream will be on our pictures, as this will make the potential consumer more inclined to attend our production.
The play takes place in their own mother's home in California. The setting of this play is special because the story revolves around men whose eventual and inevitable physical feud takes place where the woman who raised them lives. The reason for the setting is to show the audience that regardless of who we become, life can change instantly. In this case, the reunion of two brothers caused one, Austin, to forfeit his aspiring dreams to be in the movie business. Because of the polarization of the main characters, the relatability of the audience is dramatically increased. The play is designed to challenge the audience and make them question whether or not they are enjoying the lives that they live. That is the internal conflict residing within Austin near the end of the play. That is one of the ideas the play is meant to leave the audience with.